Hey guys, Dr. Ben here at the Functional Medicine Centers, and I'm going to go over something that is very, very applicable, especially here in Colorado, where the governor just said that a lot of people are going to start going back to work next week, and we're going to start phasing back into somewhat real world. And so that thought process is your immune system ready to go back to work? And I was thinking about it, and really it's not just so much us getting back out into the workforce and going back and seeing people and communicating, doing all these things, but it's really about, is our immune system inside of us ready to go back to work? And is it ready to go back and start dealing with things? Because the last month and a half, we've been sitting inside. We've been hiding out. Our immune system has not been exposed to things. Unfortunately, a lot of people have not been doing what they need to do to get their immune system working as well as feasibly possible. So we've got to be able to get our bodies in the best state possible to be able to handle whatever immune response is going to come around, whether that's from COVID-19 or whether that's from anything else. So I'm going to be posting every day coming up here on different immune strategies that we have available, different things that you can do. And it's not just about take a supplement. It's not just about, oh, here, get online and find your zinc or your A or your C or your D or whatever it is. Way more to the immune system than just take a supplement. I wish that's all we had to do, and we would be healthy. But that is one of the last things that we need to do, because if somebody is not doing everything in their power to support their body, their immune system is not going to be working as well as it should. So let's start here. What is the immune system? The immune system is our body's ability to fight off invaders. And that's basically all it is. And we have a lot of different cells and different systems set up to handle that. And what happens is, let's say you get a virus or a bacteria or anything like that come into your system, your body is going to tag it for destruction. And that's what's called an antibody. So the antibody is going to tag something for destruction. So let's say it's a virus or bacteria, and it tags it, and then the immune system comes in and destroys that. So that is how the immune system works. It's going to rev up at the right time, and it's going to calm down at the right time as well. If everything is working like it's supposed to. And so the immune system definitely is a crucial part of what's going on, because what we're seeing with a lot of the statistics, if you look at the Princess cruise ship and a lot of the aircraft carriers and different things where they've been testing everybody, there's potentially only 20% of the population that's actually going to get this. And then even the people that do get COVID-19, the research is showing 50, if not even up to 60% of the people are going to not even have symptoms. So that's what I want you to be. I want you to be part of that 50% or part of the group, that part of that 60%, that if you do get exposed and you do create an immune response, you're not even going to have symptoms. But I guarantee you there's a lot of people that are out there that have been exposed to this virus that have not had it. Again, that doesn't mean you go out and be foolish and take your mask off and lick counters at Costco or whatever you're going to do. That means that there's a very good chance that a lot of people are not going to, even if they do, they're going to be in a good state. That's because their immune system is working like it should. And that immune response needs to be revved up at the right time, and it needs to calm down at the right time. And so what happens if you're not calming it down, then it's overactive. And that's sometimes where autoimmunity can come into play. So we've got to be able to modulate that immune response. So up and down, up and down. And that's where something like vitamin D comes into play and is so crucial. It modulates the immune response. So we're going to talk here at the end about the top 5 things to do today to get your immune system working better. And vitamin D is going to be one of those that you've got to get it at that optimal level. So what we want to do is we want to get your immune system working as well as possible. And so can we support our immune system? And we talked about this yesterday, but there was a lot of people over this past weekend that they were putting out on the mainstream media, and different doctors and different people poo-pooing being able to support, boost, nurture your immune system. And I think it's valid that they're putting some information out there, because I'm sure there are a lot of scams. There's a lot of people that are putting out products that are crap and that are not going to be effective at all. People, especially to older people, they get blown up all the time for all these different things that are not going to be effective at helping them. So can we support our immune system? Absolutely. Is it something that should be poo-pooed and say you can't do anything for your immune system, or you can't boost your immune system, support your immune system? Absolutely not. Because think about this. If you can deplete your immune system, you can do things to support your immune system. And so that's what we're talking about. So what would deplete immune system? And that's sleep, not getting enough sleep, that's stressing, that's not breathing, all these different things. You're not going to be able to nourish and support your immune system. And guess what? Remember back in college, if you went to college or pulling an all-nighter or studying, and guess what? You get sick after finals or whatever it is. And so you can absolutely guarantee you can do things that are negative for your immune response, but you can also do things that are positive for your immune response. So go ahead and follow or like our page if you haven't already, and put on the notification button, and we'll be posting on a regular basis different immune support ideas, things to get you 100% ready to get back into that workforce, to get back out there so that your bodies can handle this. If you look at the natural grocers in our town, the health food store, I was talking to the checkers the other day, and not a single one of them has been sick or been out of work. They haven't had a cough or fever or any of these things. So does that mean that they've all been healthy and not a single one has been infected? No, but what it means is that a lot of them probably were exposed. They're still taking cash. They're still, even with their sneeze guards, they're still getting germs and different things exposed on them. So we've got to be able to get our immune systems working as well as possible, just like some of those people, just like the people at Lowe's or Home Depot or different places that haven't gotten sick even though they've been exposed to this virus. So it doesn't have to be an everybody gets this type of a thing. Again, I never want to put down and say that people haven't died from this or take it lightly, the effect that it's had. And yet the great news, like we've been talking all about, is that there's not going to be 2 million people that die from this. There's not going to be 3.4% like the World Health Organization fatality rate. The stats we're seeing are probably going to be in the 0.1, 0.2% rate, which is going to be similar to the seasonal flu. Yes, it stinks and we're sad and people have died and all of that. And yet you don't have to. You can do things to get your health back and be as strong as possible. And that's really that functional medicine approach, where you don't just look at, okay, what can I do to boost my immune system? You've got to look at the whole picture, and your thyroid and your blood sugar and your gut and your liver and all these different systems. Are they working as well as they possibly can? And that's how we get people to lose weight, feel better, repair their what's going on in their brain. All these different systems we're able to support on a regular basis. So let's go over the top 5 things, and then I'll answer some of the questions here as well. Top 5 things to do today to boost your immune system, to help system, to be in as good of state as possible to be able to go out there and handle and take on the immune response that's going to take place, because you have been in this little bubble over the last month and a half for a lot of you that haven't been going to work, all these things, homeschooling, working from home. So you are going to go and be exposed, and are you going to be ready to handle this? So that's one of the things we're looking at. So let's go through that top 5 of what I'd like to see you today. Sleep is crucial. I've got a lot of other videos on sleep on here. I've got about 200 videos on Facebook and YouTube. So just search sleep, and there's a bunch on there, but we'll go through it quick. So get that quality sleep. That means turning this off. I'm using my iPhone right now. Turn that off a good hour and a half before bed. Put it on airplane mode. Don't have dings going. Don't have any communication there. Get off your iPad. Get off your screens, because that blue light that's coming in from these devices, they are going to trigger your brain to get revved up. Just like looking outside at the sky right now, that's a blue sky. Your brain is hardwired to get revved up with that. But if it's orange, reddish light, like a fire, like a candle, like a lantern, any of those things, it is going to be more likely to calm down. So in our bedroom, we've got salt lamps, we've got reddish orangish lights. We turn things down for like an hour. Our kids come in and out, and we relax and have have massagers and exercise ball, a bunch of things just to start calming that brain down, turning off the TV, turning off all these things that are going to be revving it up. So you've got to get that quality sleep. Really shoot for 8 hours. If you're not getting good sleep, that's where things like magnesium, melatonin, some of those are really good at calming down that brain and body to be able to get a good night's sleep. Taking a salt bath before bed, do whatever you can to get a good night's sleep. Breathing is going to be crucial, getting oxygen to the system, to the brain. A lot of people do shallow breathing. So first one was sleep, second thing was breathing. So breathing, we want to focus on deep, full breaths, and it's not here. A lot of people, I should have had you do this. So take a big deep breath in, and a lot of people go, and they breathe up their shoulders like that. That's not expanding. That's not getting it into the lungs. You need to breathe deep into the lower ribs and really try to expand out as much as you can. You've eaten ribs before, and it's not the bone that you're eating, it's the muscle in between those bones. So those muscles are designed to actually expand and contract. So breathing techniques, easiest one there is just slow down your breath and try to do 3 seconds in, 3 seconds out, 4 seconds in, 4 seconds out, 5 seconds in, 5 seconds out. I can get it down to 15 seconds in, 15 seconds out, 2 breaths per minute because I've practiced a long time on that. And I can do, for 5 minutes, I can do 10 breaths. And that's something that you can get up to where you're able to really, really, really expand, really, really go down. And that's going to be able to help calm down the brain and get you into that better relaxed state, and your immune system can function better when you're not in fight or flight. So sympathetic dominant, fight or flight, looking, and we're going to talk about it in a second here, turn off your phone, turn off your social media, turn off your TV, all those things. We're staying in this fight or flight state all the time. So we've got to get out of that sympathetic state and calm down. That's where being mindfulness comes in. That's where doing the breath work, any of those things, you've got to start that practice every day to get yourself relaxed. Another thing that we've talked about a whole bunch is blood sugar stabilization. We know blood sugar, every time it goes up too high or down too low, it's going to be jacking with the immune system. If somebody's got autoimmune and that happens, it revs up the immune response and they destroy more tissue. So what we know is we've got to keep it as stable as feasibly possible. That's why we use a blood sugar monitor. But if you don't have that, just start out with the glycemic index. It's not perfect. There's a lot of things we're going to miss. Sometimes sweet potatoes worse than white potatoes and things like that. But you got to at least start somewhere. So best news of the day. Ready, guys? Give me a thumbs up if you think this is good news. Thumbs down if you're a Coca-Cola fan. So Coca-Cola, they said in April that their sales are already down 25% from a year ago. So for those of you that are soda fans, sorry, but this is some of the best news yet because that is pure sugar. And that's all the restaurants, that's all the sporting events, all these things. Not having those Coca-Cola sales, yeah, it stinks, and I'm sorry for people that work there and all that stuff. But ultimately, switch over and sell something that's healthy and make changes there. But we should not be poisoning ourselves with things like Coca-Cola and the high sugar drinks. There's a lot of other things that can affect it. Check out my book on Amazon, Blood Sugar Doesn't Lie. I go through a lot of different things that blood sugar can do in there. So for those of you that are on here, go ahead and like or follow if you haven't already, and put on the notification button. I'm going to be giving a daily update on immune support, on immune things that you can do. And again, not just a bunch of to take. That's not the be all and end all. So turn off your phone, turn off your social media, turn off your TV, your mainstream media, whatever it is, you've got to start shutting that down. And for those of you watching Facebook right now, exactly, and that's fine. But again, things like this where you can educate yourself and truly nourish your brain and renew your brain. Yes, go ahead and do those things. But to get on and just watch and go, oh my gosh, who died today and who did this and how bad is it and all that stuff, it's great. Mainstream media, they've been making a lot of money on this, and sure, we need to stay educated and aware of what's going on, but at some point we've got to shut that brain down and give it a chance to rest. So definitely put some screen time limits on, do whatever you have to do to not be as engaged and in the every nuance that's going on out there. You're not going to miss anything major. There will be a few things here and there that you'll catch up on, but not a 24/7. You can't do that. And then the last one is supplement related, and that's vitamin D. Most of the research shows that for optimal ranges of vitamin D for immune system, you want to be between 60 and 80. So if you've had blood work done in the last 3 to 6 months, go ahead and look at that blood work and see if they did a vitamin D. Hopefully they did. And you want that between 60 and 80. The average I see here, we see patients from all over the country, but Colorado, Wyoming, Nebraska, just talked to somebody in Tennessee today, all over the place. And the average we see is 25 to 35. And the researchers want people 60 to 80, and that's what we see in practice as well. So if you've got your vitamin D levels, go ahead and whip that out and check it. If you're not up at 60 to 80, you've got to get there. And for some people down in the teens and 20s, it can take upwards of 8 to 10,000 a day to get them where they need to be. So if you're really low, it takes a lot more than 1 or 2,000 on that vitamin D range. So get outside, that's crucial, especially now it's getting nicer in a lot of parts of the country. Even keep your social distancing, do all that, but you've got to get outside. You've got to get that natural vitamin D. Even if you're older and are afraid of skin cancer, those type of things, even 30 minutes a day, get outside, especially on your face, and get some vitamin D. Then put your hat on, sunscreen, whatever you want to do that way. But you've got to get some real natural, fresh sunlight on your body as well. So those top 5 things again: you want to get that good quality sleep, you want to breathe, you want to stabilize your blood sugar, you want to turn off the phones, like Kendra just said, big media, and then get that vitamin D optimized where it is. So this is the whole thought process we're going through. Is we've got to get your immune system into a state where it's ready to go back to work. Your body and mind are going to go back to work and go back out into the world, but your immune system has to be there as well. So stabilize your body as well as it can. I always do complimentary consultations. Just did one from a lady in Tennessee today, one from a lady in Wyoming, talked to a bunch of different people all over the place. So if you've got specific questions or want to get an idea of what you can do for your healthcare, for your immune system, for your just that whole functional medicine process, feel free to reach out. We'll put a tag in here as well to be able to get a hold of us, but we'd love to touch base with you guys and answer any questions that way, and see what you can do to help your body and help your immune system function that much better. So if you've got any questions at all, let me know. And I don't think there anything specific on those questions. Yeah, is there really a way to know you're ready, Joyce? And that's a great question. And we've got to, one of the ways to do that is to look at blood work and to know that you're stabilizing and doing all these things, and that your systems are in the right range. So again, that is a great question. And how do we really know when you're ready? So like or follow our posts, put on the notification button, and I'll be giving you a bunch more stuff over the next couple of weeks, Joyce, to get you guys as ready as possible to get back out there. So make it a great day, everybody. Take care.